Hey guys, this is Miss Johnson. I'm going to go over the graph for the sine graph, okay? And that should help you with the cosine for Tuesday. So, remember the unit circle, okay? Remember that we discovered that you can draw a little, right triangle here. And we learned that at certain degrees, we learned that the x value is the cosine, and that the y value is the sine for that point. Okay? So the y is the sine. Let me actually write that. There you go. So we found that 0 degrees, the sine is the y value is 0. At 30, the sine is the y value, which is 1/2. But if you put that in a decimal, that's 0.5. The sine of 45 is square root of 2 divided by 2. Now, if you put the square root of 2 and divide by 2 in your calculator, you'll get 0.71. How would I find the sine of 60? So that is square root of 3 over 2. Put that in your calculator, you get 0.86. Okay, and we're going to keep doing that till we get all these different values here. Okay, I'm just going to write them all down and put them all in here, okay? Okay, these are all the values I'm getting from the unit circle. All the y values. Notice they're repeating. I like to repeat myself. Okay. Now, if you go to Desmos, you can actually click on the plus button and choose the table. And then you'll copy down these angles and the sine values, and you're going to put them into Desmos, and you're going to create a graph. Okay? Now, what the graph is going to end up looking like is this. Going to look something like this. Okay? And that's the basic look. So how would you describe this? Yeah, it's like a hill and a valley. And they kind of look alike to each other. Yeah. Now, think about a circle. What do you know about circles? Okay, they keep going, right? So, how many degrees are there in a circle? 360. So how many degrees do you think it's going to take for this graph to repeat? 360 degrees. So that makes one full cycle. So it's going to do something like this. It's going to start again. Think of this almost like as clock math. Just how the clock goes from all the way around to noon and it goes back around. Same thing with a trig graph. How do we know it's going to repeat? Because it's based on a circle. Okay, so what are the zeros or the x-intercepts of this function? Zero. What else? 180 degrees. And 360. Again, this is where y equals 0, So what are the x values of the max and min? Think of the highest and lowest points. That's going to happen at 1 and 0. So you look here for 1 and 0. It's going to happen at 90 degrees and at 270 degrees. Okay? So let's think about it this way. If the graph repeats, how much does it take for it to repeat? 360 degrees. So if we subtract 360 from 90, you'll notice there's 30 degrees left over, which tells me that the sine of 390 is going to equal the sine of 30 degrees. And we know that at 30 degrees, the sine is how much? 0.5, and so that's the answer. And that